Hello and welcome back to the Spiritual Successful Podcast. I'm your host, Jenna Zweigel. Very excited to be here with you guys. Let's get right into our topic. So the last couple weeks, if you missed them, we talked about our identity and how to fix the programming within. And we are also now diving into discipline is self-love in action. You guys, it took me so long to be the kind of person that would go to the gym. And I think because I associated discipline with, honestly, just sacrifice, struggle, and making myself uncomfortable. And for a very long time, I wanted to find the shortcut to success. I think the first maybe 5 or 6 years of my adulthood life, like it took me a lot longer than it should have probably, but I was looking for the shortcut. I was looking for the easy way to do things. I did not want to take the stairs. I was looking for the elevator. But what I realized over time is there is no shortcuts. There are only stairs available, and they're meant to strengthen you. And taking the high road, right? The harder path is the easier path later on. And I realized that every shortcut, every moral decision I made, which was wrong, always came back to bite me in the butt. And now as I am getting older, y'all, 39, feeling fine though, I take it way more seriously now because I want to be like 75 and be super ripped. Like I want to be the grandma that just everyone's like, what? I thought you were 50, you know? So like my grandma's like that. I want to be like that. But that takes discipline. That takes devotion, it takes dedication. It takes having a bigger purpose than just, oh, this is going to be uncomfortable, so maybe I won't do it. You got to have a big why in order to do it. And for a long time, I struggled with just figuring out what my why was. Especially coming like from gym mentality is what I'm talking about today. But success works the same way. But what I realized over time is discipline is self-love in action. And we won't give ourselves commands and follow them and honor commitments to ourselves if we don't feel we're worthy of them being honored. I had to learn that the hard way, y'all. And it really was when my self-worth was on point. That's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to the gym because I deserve this for myself. I deserve it. Like, I'm not doing it to punish myself. I'm doing it to love myself. So that's a mind shift all on its own. And for maybe those of you guys who are like, okay, I'm going to start a new diet. And it's like a struggle, right? You're like, oh, you start thinking, nah, I can't eat this, and I can't eat that, I can't do whatever. Like, I used to feel that way in the beginning of my, diet transformation. But now I think my body is a temple. Do I want to put garbage in it? Because I know if I put garbage in it, it's going to run like garbage. Like imagining having a Lamborghini and putting the worst, crappiest gasoline in its tank. You can't. You got to look at yourself like you're the Lamborghini. You want to put good fuel in there. So that is self-love in action. So anyway, good morning, everybody. It's a brand new week. It's a fresh slate, a divine opportunity to step into the version of you that already exists. Everything you want is already here in one form or another because energy can't be created or destroyed. It just transfers. So everything that you already want is already here. And the version of you that you want to be is already here too. You just have to step into alignment with that version. So today, it's really just all about discipline. And the people who master discipline, they build empires, they manifest miracles, and they become unstoppable. And I think that's what we all want, right? Do we all want that? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just want a little. But eventually when you get a little, you're going to want a little bit more because that spirit within you seeking expression. Somebody asked me, is it normal? Like I'm never satisfied. Is it normal that like as soon as I get this, then I want something else? Yeah, it is actually perfectly normal. And we always teach ourselves, oh, just be happy with what you have. Just stay little, stay small. It's good enough. I should be happy. Even though this inner turmoil inside is triggering all these like feelings like, no, let's go run towards something else. Because the divine spirit within is seeking expression. And it's our job to be that vessel so that that spirit can move through us. It's not our job to say, sit down, spirit. You can't come out because my conscious mind won't let you because I need to be small. So I blend in and I act like everybody else. No, it's okay to be unrealistic. It's okay to have crazy goals. It's okay to want more. There's nothing wrong with that. That is our human nature. That is our spirit nature, I should say. And so let's talk about it though, you guys. The word is discipline, but not in the way that you've been taught to fear it. How many of you guys think discipline, you think getting punished as a child, right? Like discipline, I think army, like all the times I mouthed off in basic training, had to do like reverse like push-ups and clean like the fire pit and do all these like awful cleaning tasks because I couldn't shut my mouth. Y'all, I think discipline, I think army, right? I think about that. So you're not wrong if that's your first thing that you think of as well. But this is not about that. This is about love, y'all. This is literally because discipline's not restriction, it's devotion. It's devotion. It's loving yourself. So we got to shift that meaning of discipline that we think. So let's be real. Most of us, like I said, we think it means sacrifice, control, or force. But here's a truth that will change your life. Discipline's the highest form of self-love, and it's choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It's choosing what you want most over what you want right now. That's discipline. It's showing up for your future self like you actually believe in your higher self. It's showing up for your future self like you actually believe in your higher self. So my children, okay, one specifically, Troy, I love that his dad taught him this because I was just spending the week with him not too long ago. And he said, well, we were talking about college and, what he wants to do. He's 15 years old. He has a couple years left of school, actually 3. Yeah, he's going into sophomore year. He's got 2 years left after this. And, he's like, I don't really want to do that right now. Like, I can't even imagine to think about it right now. He's like, but future Troy would agree that we would want this. So he's always thinking about his future self, right? And so we need to make decisions based on what our future self would do. Would future self you take your butt to the gym? Would future self you eat the way you're eating? Would future self you act in your business or your side hustle, whatever you're trying to work on? I don't know. So you got to ask yourself that. But you have to actually believe that you can become that person and start making decisions as if you're already that person. That there is the key. And so think about it. When you keep your word to yourself, when you follow through on the promises you make when you're motivated, and then keep going, even when the motivation wears off and fades away, that's the real work. That's when your identity gets built. And I've said this before, but it takes 21 days to build a habit. It takes 90 days to create a new identity. It takes 90 days to create an identity. So you think in those 90 days, you're going to feel fired up every single day? No, especially not in the beginning, especially when you're sore and you're miserable and you're uncomfortable, because moving from one frequency to another is an uncomfortable process. It is, because you're going from what feels comfortable, which is now starting to be uncomfortable, and moving into a higher vibration or a higher frequency, which should feel like with, open arms and should feel like bliss, moving into a higher frequency. But unfortunately, from one to the next, sometimes is discomfort. And this is why most people turn around and go right back to comfort zone, because it's uncomfortable and they don't know how to act with discomfort. This doesn't feel good. My legs are sore. I did leg day. So you know what? I think I need a few days off. Right. Like, no, we have to say, you know what? But the future self of me is not going to feel sore like this anymore, because I'm going to build upon these muscles. And you're not going to be motivated every single day. Discipline is showing up whether you feel like it or not. And what I do, there are a lot of days, right, where I show up. Not a lot. I would say there's a few days where I do not want to go to the gym. I do not want to show up. I don't want to show up for work. I don't want to do anything, right? There's days that I have that are like that. Every human being has days like that. But what I do is I say it out loud. I say to myself, I don't want to go to the gym today, but I'm going anyways. I don't want to show up for work today, but I'm going to do it anyways. I don't want to make these sales calls, but I'm going to do it anyways. I don't want to miss out on eating this birthday cake, but I'm going to do it anyways, right? So you got to identify while you're in that process of changing from one frequency to the next, one identity to the next. You identify and say, you know what? I'm going to call it out so it's not there hidden and controlling me. I'm going to bring it out into the light and say, you know what? This is why I don't like this, but I'm going to do it anyways. That's discipline, and that's how you build it. And so here's the secret. Discipline isn't draining. Lack of discipline is. Having discipline in your life is not draining. In fact, you're going to feel so good to have your shit together. Honestly, lack of discipline is way more stressful because you're constantly reacting to everything around you like a leaf blowing in the wind. Living a disciplined life means you are accounting for everything that's happening. You have a plan because you're working towards a vision. You're working towards the future you. And so you have direction. You have a compass. Living an undisciplined life is no compass. You're literally just floating out into the ocean, hoping you don't run into icebergs. Like that. I hope I make it out alive. I hope one day I'm going to hit the lotto. Ooh, I hope one day, I'm going to have more money. Why are you just in the ocean hoping when you haven't set a destination in your GPS? You have to set a destination and start moving in that direction. Because when you betray yourself repeatedly, when you float in this ocean repeatedly with no direction, it erodes your confidence, your trust, and your power. There's someone very near and dear to my heart, actually, that struggles with this. And I got to see her the other day, and she was like talking about her now health problems that she has. Now, she has been struggling with her weight, getting things under control for so many years, right? And each time it's like, okay, I'm really going to do it this time. And she always tells me, because I think I'm her accountability partner in some way, and she always tells me, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But over time, I saw as she was saying, okay, I'm going to do it this time, you could feel the disbelief in herself. Because now she's getting older. Now she's starting to think, am I really going to do it though? Her confidence has been eroded because of her lack of action. She doesn't have belief capital in herself because of all the inaction she's taken when presented with the opportunity to show up with discipline. And so when you show up with discipline, you make yourself do things uncomfortably. You get used to that after a while. You get used to that. You get used to that level of self-abuse it feels like at first. You feel like you're literally abusing yourself, but it's really, you're loving yourself. But it doesn't feel like that at first. But when you show up every single day, you go, you know what? I feel good about myself because I didn't want to do that. I did anyway. Yes, I did. And you start clapping for your dang self. And you start building that confidence within you. Yeah, I can do things. I can do hard things. One of the best things we can do as parents is teach our kids that they can do hard things. I don't care what age they are. You would teach them how to do hard things. And the more hard things that they accomplish, the bigger their confidence gets. And when they have confidence, they can navigate the world with ease. And so can we. And so you really have to be able to trust in yourself. Now, if you've lied to yourself repeatedly, you're not going to trust yourself and you're not going to believe in yourself. And if you're not going to have trust, belief in yourself, then you're not going to carry out your goals. You're not going to stick to your discipline. And so if you want to believe in yourself and have confidence in yourself, you have to take aligned action. And that only happens through persistence and discipline. That is a decision. It's a choice. It's honoring a commitment with yourself. You would honor commitments with other people. You have to honor them with yourself because you're worth it too, just as much as the other person you would commit to. So why does this matter now? Well, we've talked about fear. We've talked about faith. We've talked about frequency and vibration. But here's the thing. None of that means anything if you don't back it with aligned action. So you can journal, meditate, visualize all day long. But if your feet don't move, your life's not going to move either. That's literally it. And so some of us also are in this spiritual ego land where it's like, I'm going to just manifest it. I'm going to listen to that YouTube Jenna posted and then ta-da, like money's just going to come through. It doesn't work like that, you guys. What happens is you get an idea and the idea starts brewing within you in a collection of thoughts. And those collection of thoughts then turn into emotions. Your emotions then turn into action because you're motivated to take that action. That's the process. But if you never internalize it and emotionalize these ideas that you have, and you never look for the opportunity to follow through with them, and you don't take action towards them, nothing is going to happen. Have you heard this? God helps those who help themselves, right? And so James Clear said, your results will always reflect your rituals. So discipline is what grounds the vibration that you're in. It's what anchors the energy. It's the bridge between intention and embodiment. And so what are your rituals saying about the life you're committed to building? Are you treating your dreams like suggestions or non-negotiables? Are they just suggestions? Are your dreams just like nice to haves? Or are they mandatory? Because the things that I'm working towards in my life are mandatory. And I start to for a second visualize not achieving my goal, and I go, absolutely freaking not. I will do this. I am going to do this. This is going to happen. It's a non-negotiable. The standard of living that I want for myself, non-negotiable. Why? I'm not going to let anybody else's negativity say I can't do something or achieve something. It's a non-negotiable. Your dreams should be non-negotiables in your life. So here's the identity shift that has to happen, right? Here's where most people get it wrong. They try to use discipline as a tool instead of becoming the kind of person who embodies it. So this is how you flip the script. Instead of I have to work out, or I have to make sales calls, or I have to eat right, start saying I'm the kind of person who moves my body to honor my future. Okay, I'm the kind of person that loves to eat right because it makes me feel better. I'm the kind of person that shows up energized on my sales calls every single day. And when I say I'm going to call 10 people a day, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to love every minute of it. Start training yourself to enjoy the process. Because I'll tell you what, I couldn't even get to the gym, y'all. Like at first, I could not. I was like, I'm not overweight. Like, why do I really need to go to the gym? Like, I'll work out 2 weeks before an event and I'll be good to go. Like, that was my mentality. Like, I'll just stop eating for like a week before an event. So when it's time for everybody to see me, then I'll just like hurry up and like get it together and then it'll be fine. I'll fit in my dress. I'm fine. Like, that was my mentality, y'all. And I was like, okay, obviously I need a bigger why than that. So what I really wanted was I wanted to be like the people that loves going to the gym. I envied the people that could show up effortlessly. And meanwhile, I had this internal psychological battle filled with social anxiety the moment I got to the gym. I was like allergic to the machines and the weights. You know, I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do with this. Like, I feel so like new that I just want to leave and go home and I'll just do push-ups at home for sure. Like, y'all, like I was ridiculously ridiculous at the gym. So I told myself, I want to be the kind of person that enjoys it. I want to be the kind of person that knows what the hell they're doing when they get there. I want to be the person that's confident being there. Those are just basic level goals. It wasn't even like, oh, I want to build a muscle. I couldn't even get to that level yet. Mine was very simply, I want to enjoy being at the gym. I started very, very low and slow. And so I'm saying that because maybe you need to back your goals up just a little bit so that you can get your energy in harmony with where you're going before you start, itemizing and putting all these big goals out there. Maybe you just need to get energetically aligned with your goal first. And that's how you rephrase the script. I have to work out? No, I'm the kind of person who loves it. Right. I should stick to my routine. Flip it. I am someone who honors my word. I don't negotiate with my potential. Discipline's not about force. It's about identity alignment. It's literally when it's who you are as a person, it's not a grind anymore. It's simply your standard. It's your posture for yourself. It's your expectations you have for yourself. And if you don't rise to your goals, then you're going to fall to your level of standards and systems. So you have to rise up to your goals. So real quick, you guys, we got to stop glamorizing starting over. Okay? We got to start glamorizing showing up every day, even when it's boring, when it's quiet, when it's unsexy, when no one is clapping. Because the truth is that version of you who has everything you're asking for is already here. It already exists. But it only emerges when you show up for yourself and you say to yourself, you're ready through action, not through wishful thinking. Matter of fact, you probably won't feel ready. Do it anyway. Go anyway. Go to the gym anyway. Doesn't matter if you're ready. I used to be also the kind of person that was like, all right, I'm going to get into gym. So here's what I have to do first. I would go right into like, let's prepare to get to the gym. Y'all, it's so embarrassing now, but I'm telling you because somebody relates. Okay, I have to get new workout clothes. I got to get a new gym bag. I had so many like delayed taxes. I'm not going to even start working out until I have the right supplements in order. I need to have the right diet plan printed out, highlighted on my refrigerator. I got to get all the groceries first. I can't go to the gym yet because I don't have the groceries yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I was preparing to work, never getting to the work. And it was always on a Monday. And then I started challenging myself. You know what? Who cares what day of the week is? Let's just go. Just go 4 days a week. Any 4 days a week, just go. And that took me out of that prepare to work mindset, So here's the deal. Every time you say, just one more day off, just one more scroll, just one more excuse, you're voting for your past. You're literally putting belief capital in the old you. And so that version of yourself will perpetually manifest on a loop until you start changing those decisions. When you say, no, I'm choosing discipline today. I'm choosing integrity today. I'm choosing my highest version of myself today. You are casting a vote for your future. And if you do that enough times, you're putting belief capital into your future bucket instead of your past bucket. That's when your identity begins to shift. That's when you become a brand new person. For the next 7 days, pick one area of your life to build discipline in. Not 10, just one. Not everything, one. Pick one area you want to start acting with discipline in. Ask yourself, where in my life do I need to stop negotiating with my potential? Maybe it's your morning routine. Maybe it's your business goals. Maybe it's how you treat your body. Maybe it's finally launching the thing you've been postponing. Whatever it is, make one promise to yourself this week. Write it down, say it out loud, and keep it. Give yourself a command and do it. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so I'm going to leave you guys just with an affirmation as we okay? And it goes like this. I am disciplined. I am devoted. I act in alignment with the future that I see. I don't wait to feel ready. I move with purpose. My discipline is my devotion in motion. This week, you're not chasing results. You're casting votes for the highest version of you. And with every action, every choice, every yes to your vision, you're becoming unshakable. And don't wait to feel like it. Move anyways. Because you're not just building habits, you're building yourself. And you are worth it. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. And I will see you guys here again next week in about 7 days. Bye, y'all.